Just waiting for the little thing to tell me that I'm live. Hey, everyone. You know, it is so fun to see people already here in the chat, even before I come on. Got to tell you, there was a time when I was wondering if anybody was going to come watch. And the reason I say that is this has to also do with our eBay businesses, in that it just be persistent and consistent. That is the key to growing really anything. I get a lot of questions about, my sales are slow. What can I do? I always ask the question of, are you listing consistently? Maybe it's not every day. Maybe it's every other day. But if you go list gangbusters one day and then you don't list anything for 2 weeks, search engine realizes that and eBay's not going to lift you up. So, the same thing took a while to catch on, just being consistent with coming on same time every week. And now look here you guys all are. So just everything is just about sticking with it. Don't give up. I used to post, I have to find it again. I have this really cool meme, and it's the guy in the mine. He's picking away and picking away and picking away, and he's deep in the mine. You can tell he's been doing this for a long time. And it's a side view. So you see there's this little thin wall that he still has to go through. And on the other side is the big strike. All the diamonds, the jewels are right there. The top part shows him throwing down his axe and walking away. But then the bottom shows what happens if you stay in it. So some of you may have seen that. But it's a really good example of, if you really want something, if you really want to make it work, just stick with it. Just keep at it. So I have, and my camera angle doesn't really show, but I have a plethora of stuff around me. And what I have decided to talk about this week is all the stuff I got at the antique mall. Which video was that? It was about a week ago. I am so far behind on stuff. I still had it packed up in boxes. So it was kind of exciting to unwrap it all and remember what I bought. The only thing is that I can't find my receipt that says exactly what I paid for stuff. So some of it I'm going to be guessing a little bit. That's the only thing about shopping at the antique malls, is they take the price tags off of a lot of the stuff. Yeah. So I have to just kind of go by memory of what I paid, but I'll still be able to research it live and show you what I paid for it. I mean, what it'll sell for. Because I always know one thing's for sure. I buy things within a certain range of profit margin. So even if I'm not sure about something, I still make sure the price I'm paying is one that I can at least get a little bit of money out of. Yep. So cool to see you all over there. You might see some people with little blue wrenches showing up over in the chat. Those are people who have volunteered to help keep an eye on things and make sure we don't get anything going off course over there, because honestly, it scrolls so fast. I try to watch your comments. I do. But sometimes I do miss things because I can't sit there and look at that, because then I'm not looking at you. So, but it's so good to see lots of familiar names over there. So hello. Right on. So hi, Yvonne. Thank you for being here with your blue wrench. And Casey ATX is here with the blue wrench. And if Joni shows up, she's got one too. So they're my keep an eye on things people. And Yvonne actually makes videos very similar to mine. So if you like these videos, go check out Yvonne's channel over Yvonne Thrifty Rich. So hey. Oh, thank you, Yvonne. Says she's been a fan since the Danny app. Yeah, it was funny. Okay, so I'm going through this little bit of like a marketing nightmare. My daughter is in marketing and she's trying to help me like work it all out. So back in the day, the channel was known as the Danny app because that's my nickname. And I was named that because another eBay reseller was on a podcast and they got asked, what app do you use when you're out shopping? They answered, I use the Danny app, meaning they'd text me a picture or call me or whatever and say, should I buy this? So that's kind of how that nickname came into play. And it's truly been kind of my mission is to teach you guys to be your own app, to grow that like inner gut feeling and that instinct that tells you whether something is a good buy to pick up and sell or not. Because we can't always, have those. I mean, batteries die, Wi-Fi goes bad. I mean, things have gotten better now over the years, but still, if you can just rely on that little voice inside of you saying yes, 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 and that's the whole premise behind niche, is if you get really good at a certain type of stuff, you kind of know that it's okay to buy it and at what price level you can go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, love you. I'm reading fast. Getting much more serious. Okay, what percentage of your income comes from eBay versus your antique booth? So the antique booth is not a big money maker. I like to refer to it kind of as my hobby that houses some of my mistakes. So things that don't have the profit margin that makes it worthwhile for me to list and sell on eBay, I send over to the booth. And you'll hear me say that a lot. If it's only going to bring $10 to $15, I usually will send it to the booth. If I can get more than that or the potential for more than that, I will list it on eBay. And also like some bigger items, like little pieces of furniture. So for instance, you might have seen me buy, I bought a little green leather topped side table or plant stand or whatever you would call it for $10 at Goodwill. That went straight over to the booth. I put $40 on it and it sold. The big dried flower, you guys remember that? Oh my gosh, that piece is so amazing. The big window that they put the dried flowers in. So the very first day that I took that to the booth, I got a $200 offer. I have it priced at $500. These people have texted me like every couple weeks now asking if I will go $250. I'm like, no, not ready. I'm gonna go through like a little bit of the Christmas season because it's such a unique piece. But so I kind of answered that in a roundabout way. I would say the booth is only about 5 to 10% of my overall sales. I do a lot of sales like on Facebook Marketplace and kind of other local like groups and things. That's probably another 5%. But yeah, pretty much it's eBay, Poshmark, Etsy, and Cherish. And Etsy is probably the lowest of those. I surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, because I refuse to pay Etsy's extra promotional fees, which would make the fees close to 20%. I'm just not willing to do that. I think that is super greedy of them, and I don't need to. I've got the stuff over on eBay where I can do. I'm actually contemplating just getting off of Etsy altogether. I don't really get enough sales from it. I mean, granted, I haven't been doing as much cross-posting, but I use List Perfectly. And for those that don't know, List Perfectly is a cross-listing application where there's, oh gosh, I think they're up to like 10 different places you can cross-post to. So that's what I use. I use eBay as my main, and then I just push out those listings to other sites, and makes it super fast and super easy. But even that, I'm rethinking is if I want to stay with Etsy. Poshmark, if I actually do anything with Poshmark, I make sales. And Poshmark isn't just for clothing. So keep that in mind. In fact, it's very rare that I sell clothing over on Poshmark. For the most part, I'm selling like collectibles, but just it's a millennial market. So remember that. It's a very millennial market. So if you list collectibles over there, think about how they want to decorate, what kind of makes that impulse. Oh, my flower arrangements. That, you know, it's really a little, it's more of a little hobby thing for me. So I do take those to the booth and I do sell them marketplace, that kind of thing. So I will show them soon. I want to get enough variety like done, and I haven't had a lot of time to work on them lately. So yeah, but it's a hobby. It's a hobby. That is true. Problem with the booths is they cost rent and you pay a percentage on top of it. And if you don't have sales, you still have to pay it. That is 100% accurate. Yeah, and that's when you said how much of your income comes from. So I do pretty good on sales, but I have a pretty hefty rent agreement. I pay $575 a month rent at the booth. So I have to sell, at least $1,000 of stuff to make it really get into where it's even adding to income. But I do the booth because I enjoy it. I enjoy merchandising and that kind of thing. So that's why I keep the booth space. And then I can still justify buying some bigger pieces because I hate leaving the cool stuff behind. Yeah. Yep. Oh, wow. So you hadn't thought about sourcing at antique places until the video. Yeah. You know what? No, that's not true at all. Oh, you have a huge consignment place, half-hour away. Go. Make a day of it. Make a day. So here's the thing about people at antique malls. I have this hair, you guys, that just like wants to go in my face. It's driving me crazy. So an antique mall is made up of, I don't know, 100 plus, dealers. Sometimes the one I'm in, I think we have like 200. It's huge. Ours is about 40,000 square feet. It's huge. And there's a lot of dealers. So some of those dealers, price their stuff at full eBay value. And I like to call it little museums. They have some fantastic pieces and they're waiting for, some wealthy person to come in that wants to decorate their home. That's one type of dealer. You learn which booths those are. Now, I still go in those booths because there's a lot you can learn. If they know their stuff, which most of them do, and that's why they price that way, you can get your hands on the glass and the interesting antiques and the authentic pottery pieces and really get an education there. So it's great. You're in a place that you can source and still learn about stuff. It's beautiful. So the other type of dealers that are there are, dealers like myself who bring certain things to the booth that they either don't want to list on eBay or the shipping's too obnoxious or it's just something that didn't sell on eBay. So they're trying it locally, or the opposite, they're trying it locally before they bring it home to list. And there are many, many, many of these. You have dealers who all they do is the booth. They don't want to mess with eBay. They don't even really know how to look that stuff up. What they know is what they paid for it and how much they want to make. So, again, they kind of know what they have and they know it's something cool and they've sold it before. So they know how they can do their pricing, but they're pricing it based on, let's say they paid, let's say they bought this at a yard sale for $2. They don't care that if they listed this on eBay, they could get $30 for it. All they know is they paid $2 and they want to get $10. So now you can walk into their booth and buy this for $10 and list it and flip it for $30. And I don't know if that'll sell for $30. I'm just giving that as an example. And we're all happy because they're happy because they sold it and they made money. And then we're happy because we bought it and we can sell it and make money. And it's a beautiful thing. So that's kind of how that works. And then you have to remember too, a lot of them, if they're only in the local market, they get to a point where I got to sell stuff. I got to pay my rent. And then they put their booth on sale and the entire booth is on sale. And so, yeah. It's funny because, so the last San Diego trip I took to see my daughter, we concentrated on thrift stores. Even though we hit an antique mall, we concentrated on the thrift stores. I'm planning another trip in a few weeks and we're already picking out like other antique malls we want to go into. So that's coming up. Yep. Yeah. And and it's kind of the same with estate sales. Now we all know estate sales have higher priced, than thrift stores for the most part. But they're trying to get the most money they can for the person they're holding the estate sale for. So the first day, I generally don't go to first days of estate sales because I know that's not the bargaining day. Come back the next day. And some of them now really set the time frame, but you come back and now they're negotiating. Now they want to move the stuff. So keep that in mind. I've showed up at estate sales like the last hour of this estate sale, literally, and filled my car because now they want to move it. I can get a good price. We're all happy. And a lot of stuff is left because they had it priced in such a way that it didn't sell on that first day. And it's still there on that bargaining day. And the people that were interested maybe didn't come back. So that's a beautiful thing too. Yes. So, and in fact, I am going to, it's weird. It's not it's an estate auction. So I'm going to preview on Wednesday. And so I'm going to go film the preview. Hopefully they won't have a problem with that. So I'm going to shop the preview, but then I won't know what I actually got until I get through the auction later that night. So that'll be my first time kind of doing that, but I think it should be fun because it's a very high-end estate with really cool stuff and everything's still going to be there when I go to film. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, exactly, Strawberry Rain. So there's an estate sale company that sells items full price on Fridays, 25% off on Saturdays, and 50% off on Sundays. Cars and boats excluded. Yep, that's how a lot of them do it. A lot of them. Yep. So you went to an estate sale, lady said she'd come back tomorrow, and the gentleman told her don't bother if she's looking for any discount. Yeah. Estate sales are all independently run, by different companies, different businesses that do estate sales. So they all have their own rules. Just like, okay, so I'm going to get into this a little bit because I get a lot of comments telling me how things are at Goodwill and the rules of Goodwill. So I'm just going to put this out there. Goodwills are all regionally run. So depending where you are, it can be run completely different from where I'm at or somebody else is at. A good example, even I experienced the other day when I went to Arizona, was they don't have the same discounts and things going on, pricing that we do here in Las Vegas, even though we're only a couple hours apart. So every single Goodwill region is run at a different level corporate-wise. But it is a big, big nonprofit organization. And so the organization is not their mission is not to supply goods to anybody in need. That is not Goodwill's mission. Goodwill exists to train those that have disabilities to be able to go out and get a regular job. So they are all about job training. So the stores provide them the platform to be able to train people into job positions. Hey, Joni, good to see you. So keeping that in mind, I'm also getting a lot of comments telling me, how dare I go and buy things that people in need. and that I am taking those things from the people who need them. And I will tell you, well, first of all, I am a single mom who is raising 2 kids, and they are feeling a huge need for me to be able to have a business that I can support my children by going and buying donated goods. And remember, they have 0 cost of goods. It's all donated, okay? They are also getting money from the different states. Now here, this is what a lot of people don't know about Goodwill. There are grants available, and every state has got their own, where a nonprofit like Goodwill can get money from the state if it's going into payroll for job training. So Goodwill takes that money to pay their employees as well. So when you see me like saying things about the prices of Goodwill and such, I am fully aware that their mission is to provide job training and to help those people in need. But they are also a thrift store, and I have run a thrift store. So I've been in thrift stores my entire life. So a thrift store, okay, let me back up, because I've been in end retail and thrift, okay? So end retail, like your big box stores, your Walmarts, your Targets, your whatever, they're like the place to go buy everything you need: clothing, shoes, food, TVs, even though we don't really need TVs, but you know what I mean. You won't see like collectibles so much, like not old collectibles. You guys know what I'm saying. So the thrift stores are where people go, oh, I need to get rid of this stuff. Here's a place I can take it that can do something good with it. So now you've got the thrift stores coming in here. And what's happening in the thrift stores, well, number one, they know we're selling this stuff for extra money over on eBay. I mean, and my doing a YouTube channel, you doing a YouTube channel is not going to change that fact. Nobody's going to stop like doing a YouTube channel showing this. We're just not, because this is also part of our business. So me buying that stuff and reselling it on eBay is actually good for the thrift store. The goal should be to sell everything on the shelves, because otherwise it ends up in the landfill. Now, clothing, I do know the clothing that doesn't sell, they do end up selling a lot of that to third world countries. So clothing is a little different and can be repurposed. But, you know, the tchotchkes on the shelf and stuff, those are going to end up in a dumpster. They truly are. If we don't go out and get this stuff, we are rescuing this stuff and putting it on an international marketplace where it may never, ever sell on that shelf at the price that they're setting on it, which is an eBay price. So when I'm complaining about prices, it's because of that. It's because that item, they could make money on it. It's all free money for them. They could make money on the item, selling it at a reasonable price that a reseller could take it and sell it and make money. And they're still filling a wonderful service to those of us who make a living at this. Like, we make a living at it. It's a good thing. You are 100% correct, Yvonne. Thrift stores would not survive if they just relied on low-income buyers getting basic essentials. And like, okay, so the thrift store that I worked at and I managed actually gave vouchers to people in need. If you were in need and you walked in that store, you were taken care of. And that's what thrift stores do. And I'm pretty sure Goodwill probably does. In fact, I know Goodwill does it because we actually took vouchers from Goodwill as well. Yes, so nonprofits do that. They take care of the people in need, or they should be taking care of the people in need. Right. Hold on. Let me get over here to your comments. What if my thing is sourcing shopping clearance items, bargains, and would want to sell to others who do online selling? Is there a name for that? Okay, so you want to be basically the wholesaler. You've got to be able to get it super cheap in order to resell to those who want to sell it. But yeah, I'm sure there's a market for that. In fact, Casey Paris, the rock star flipper, does that. He actually puts together big bulk resale lots for resellers. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Okay, I'm trying to catch up. Trying to catch up without dead air here. So you have literally been in your Goodwill and witnessed the worker yanking breakable collectibles off the shelf and into a trash cart. 100%, absolutely. And to me, that's a travesty, because they may not have gotten the $20 price on it, but they could have gotten 10. And that $10 would have been an hour of wages to one of the people they hire. Probably not. They don't pay them that much. They pay them really poorly. Really poorly. Like Goodwill's known for not paying their people very well. Yes, local thrifts donate vouchers for free stuff to help really needy households. It's absolutely 100% true. So I just kind of want to dispel like the comments I'm getting on that is like, look, this is my living. And I don't like to talk about this part of it because I get told, why don't you go get a real job? And I have two things that make getting a real job extremely difficult, and I have not been able to hold a real job for many years, and that is Crohn's disease and rheumatoid arthritis. And it's like, it's just something I've learned to live with, but my thought is about always knowing where the bathrooms are. I mean, I'll just say it, because that's what you do when you have Crohn's. So that doesn't work very well, for a corporate setting or, a job where they expect you to be on a shift and on your feet for a certain amount of time. So yeah. So this is perfect for me. I make my own schedule, and if I have a bad morning, it's okay. I can work around it, and there we go. All right. I love that I have moderators over there now who can answer some of your questions, because it's literally going so fast. I can't even get my eye focused over there before you guys are talking about something else. So I did want to mention in my last video, you might have seen it. I hope you've seen it. I talked about how there is this plethora of Christmas stockings and wreaths at all of the Goodwills I'm going to. I'm sure I haven't been out of Savers or anything else. I'm sure it's there too. So coming up with some brainstorming ideas here, and a little thing I'm toying with, and maybe somebody can help me make this come to fruition. The Christmas stockings. So Christmas stockings are usually made with materials such as felt or a quilted cotton, and they could be warm. So someone made the suggestion, and forgive me, I don't remember who it was. It was in a comment. What about making quilts for the homeless from the overstock of Christmas stockings? So I would like to try to make that happen. To make that happen, what we would need is people who could sew, who would be willing to sew the stockings together. And I'm thinking like crazy quilt fashion doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be perfect. They just have to be sewn together big enough to make like a covering for the homeless, and then get these distributed out. And I would love to see other YouTubers get in on this, and people, we'd have to organize a central location or locations of whoever's going to do the sewing. We send them the stockings, they sew, and then other people will get them out where they need to go. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think that would be a cool idea? Because then those things don't end up in the landfill, and we make some homeless people warm this winter. We got time to do this. So I would actually love to see this happen. So I just If you're watching this after the fact, leave me a comment. Let me know how you feel. And I'm open, like, how can we make it better? How can we make that idea work? It's just, this is like that's the beginning. Just the beginning. I saw how many people jumped in and making the cloth face masks. I've got a lot of people who can sew out there. And the thing is, you don't have to sew well. I mean, we're just talking about stitching stockings together and making them go. Awesome. You guys like it. Okay. Well, we're gonna work on that and make that happen. I think it would just be, I just think it would be they'd be so colorful and bright and warm. And I just think it would be a great thing. Love it. All right. So how about we look at some stuff? I got stuff to research today. Oh, real quick, just a couple notables on my solds. All right, I forgot to do my, setting up my share screen thing. Nope, not that one. Okay, so I got a couple of notables. I sold another one of the jelly bean rugs. I did take an offer of $29.99 on it. So I'm just going to keep saying, if you run across the jelly bean, they're like doormats type rugs, but you can use them in your kitchen, your bathroom, wherever. They sell consistently very well. And then this little guy, I did take an offer of $125 for a quarry critter. So yeah, I'm all about the quarry critters right now. I was so excited, in yesterday's video, I found another one kind of hiding amongst the Boys Bears. Why did I say Barrington Bears? Why did I say Barrington? Boyd's Bears. Oh yeah, the big quarry critters. Apparently the cats are very desirable. So who knew? I got these from my friend who does house cleanouts. She brought them to me and said, "Can you do anything with these?" I said, "I don't know. I'll try." And that's when we discovered, yes, if you have them, sell them. Yeah, quarry critters. Quarry critters are actually, let me put him back up. Here, I'll put him full size. Let's see if I'm going to make him bigger. Make you bigger, little kitty kitty. All right. So the thing is, they are a resin stone combination mixture. Actually, I think I have it down in the description. Faux granite. It's their own secret process. So they are a resin and a granite mixture. So they don't feel like regular resin. They don't look like resin. They actually feel like stone, but they're not. So there you go. That's the quarry critters. Yeah. All right. So those are my two notables. Everything else pretty much shows up on my shipping videos. I talk about what sold, how much it's sold for, and then you get to watch me package it up. So that's what the shipping video, they're my what sold videos. So, all right, let's look at some stuff. This all came from an antique mall here in Vegas called the Paradise Valley Antique Mall. And I just know personally, this mall is really struggling. The owners are elderly, and they have seen some hard times this past year. Not even just 2020, but even before this. And many of the dealers there I know personally. They're awesome people. So if you are local or you are visiting Las Vegas, go check it out, because literally I have a table full of stuff I can make money on. The prices are very good there, and you can wheel and deal. Every antique mall you can wheel and deal, by the way. You just ask. Worst they can say is no, right? Dealers usually are very, very motivated. So, he's upside down. So I couldn't resist this guy. I think he is for serving crackers or something. I paid $7, $7.50. I know he's worth $750. I mean, come on. I know I could turn around and get, $10 or $15 for this over at my booth, which has a little heavier traffic to it. But let's see what he's worth. So because I don't know, share screen. I'm going to try to keep the screen big for you too. So he is a dog. What is he? I'm just going to say dog cracker dish. I'll just start there. Okay, I'm on the right track. So first thing I want to do is change this to highest first. Oh, now that's my doggy, but I think that price is a little ambitious. But hey, is that the only one? So this is encouraging. Even though these are all actives, this is encouraging. Because I know if I list mine at a high price, it's not going to get lost in la la land. Oh, look at there. So $36.50. So we don't know exactly how much it sold for because it was a best offer. But I would suspect it was in the $30 range, which always makes me happy. Here's another one. This one sold at $12.99. So lesson here is, did this seller only ask $12.99? Remember what I was saying about, let me come back for a minute. Remember what I was saying about the dealers at the antique mall and the booths? Well, just think of eBay as a virtual antique mall, which it kind of is. It's like its own little swap meet flea market. It's just all virtual. We all have our space. So when you see an item that has this price disparity between one selling at $12.99, and I'll bring it back, one selling at $12.99 and another selling at $30, it was all about asking price, right? So we know there's a range, and I tend to err on the side of pricing too high rather than pricing too low. And you can see there, here's one sold for $650 on an auction. And if you are truly serious about making this a business, you have to aim for getting as much as you can. And it never hurts to price your thing up at the higher end, because you can always take an offer. You can always come down on price. You can always run a sale. But once you have sold it for the lower price, I mean, there's no one doing that. You've sold it for the lower price. Yep. So this one was actually from Israel too, which is interesting. All right, so I'm going to price my doggy at $29.99 and see what happens. Because I know if I got no takers, I can always come down. Okay, I have to share something with you I forgot last week. And I was so excited. Even though this was $12.49. Come on. Come on. Now, my problem is I'm super, super torn. Do I sell it or do I keep it? Because it would sell for 50, 60 bucks. So I'm super conflicted, because when you open it up, oh, we're not done. Look, there's a magnifying glass. There's this little tiny letter opener. Look at him. Look at him. Oh. I think I have to keep it at least for a while. I'm so in love. So in love. So in love. How much emotion does it spark? A lot. A lot. Yeah, he sits right there next to my stapler, also my tortoise stapler. And some people go, it's a turtle. I have to call them tortoises because I'm a tortoise person. I'm not so much a turtle person. I'm a tortoise person. I love my tortoises. If anybody does TikTok, here's a little secret. I do TikTok videos of my animals only. Like, if you want to go see my animals, they're all on my TikTok. My TikTok is Daniac. Okay, I am a TikToker. I confess. It's my little guilty pleasure. All right. So, yeah. All right. Back to the antique mall stuff. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'll do, is I will keep it and enjoy it. And if I get to where I need to sell it, I'll sell it. Yeah. That's what I'll do. So, I get asked all the time, what's the difference between a turtle and a tortoise? Turtle needs water, like to live in the water. They are swimmers. Tortoise is desert, dry land. They need water to drink, but they live on dry land. Turtle in the water. That's the difference. Yeah. Well, there are turtles in the ocean too. Yep. All right. This guy, I cannot believe I got this for $5. I was kind of like thumping now it needs some serious cleaning. This was actually used as a planter. The dirt is still in there. I have seen this before. Now there was a label which is no longer readable. So this is one of those great items that I know it's a horse with a baby, a foal, if you want to use technical terms, and it's a planter. So I'm just going to go horse planter. Let's see if I can find it. Hey, we just got an offer. All right, let's go over here. So I know I have a horse planter. Now I know I'm going to get a lot of results. Not so bad. 173. And I'm sorted by highest first. So let's see. Here, horsey, horsey, horsey. Ooh, those are pretty. I like those. I like those a lot. All right. Come on. It kind of look, Napco. I bet it is Napco because that's the same finish. Same finish. So there's a clue. So what I'm going to do, is that the same? No, this one's different. So the Napco one looks different. You guys think it is Napco wear? Okay. Oh, there we go. Reuben Originals. Aha. But it says Napco wear, Reuben Originals. I wonder why they called it both. What I'm going to do is pull that up. I want to look at the picture. I want to see the marks on the bottom of this one. I want to see if they have it, what that sticker would have said. There it is. Now, is that on both of them, I wonder? Or is that just on the one? They must both be. Let's see. Well, they are calling them Napco wear too, which is interesting. So I'm trying to see. Blow up. There we go. So Reuben's Originals. Huh. Interesting. So let me go back to the results. And I'm going to put in Napco wear, now that I've kind of confirmed. So there's only that one so far that has the baby. I mean, there's other ones with the baby. But I was thinking I could list it at least $19.99. So I probably I'll probably do this one on auction. And I will list it with a $19.99 starting price. If it's worth more, it'll bring more. Otherwise, it'll probably just sell for. Okay, this is good. So do horse with colt search. So when I'm doing a search, I try to put as few words as possible. So had I put in horse with colt, that's going to limit when I've only got, like in the Napco wear one, there's only 23 results. So there's no real reason for me to pare that down. Now, if that had been 2,300 results, that's when I start adding words, but I give the most general search terms for keywords first so that I can get the best results, because not every seller calls things the same thing. Plus, we don't know if it's a colt or a filly. Just saying. I mean, I could definitely add foal, colt, baby to the search. But what we do know is it's a horse, and probably 100% of the sellers selling this are going to say horse planter. So that's why I went with that. Yep. All right. So, okay. One of the first things I spotted when I went into this first booth was these little owl guys. And I think I paid like $1 each. I think they were $1 because they were $1.99 and they were half off. So I think I paid $1 each. So this little guy here, he is 1988 Franklin Mint. Oh, come on, focus. There we go. There's this little mark. So Franklin Mint is not like just a throwaway brand. A lot of it can actually sell for good money because people spent a lot of money on their Franklin Mint stuff. Trust me, I know. I actually wish I could get back one of the things that I had, which was I collected the entire series of the Wyland plates. And then I bought those really fancy plate holders to hang them on a wall. So I still wish I had those because I took the time to collect those one at a time. Each time they released the new one, stuff like that. I'm just saying, some of us crazy collectors. All right, get to the post office, Yvonne. Go, go, go. Thank you. Thank you for being here while you could. Really appreciate you. All right. So let's look up our Franklin Mint owl. So we've got 56 results. See, I don't need to put in the color. I don't need to put in anything else because 56 results is really easy to go through, and I can learn other items that could be selling for good money, like holy smokers. Okay, did you guys know that these guys sell for like $200 consistently? Look at that. This one has free shipping, so don't be fooled by that. So $145 shipping added to that. Holy smokers. Look at that, guys. Franklin Mint. You know, there was a whole shelf of owls, and now I need to go back and see if any of them were these, because I like those prices. Okay, so we know to look for the owl sculptures. So here was the Treasury of Owls. Looks like this one probably, there he is. He's within these little guys in there. So he's from the Treasury of Owls. Here again, Treasury, there he is. He's in there. So what's a single go for? Come on, somebody must be missing this one. Let's see. Where are you? And I don't, I didn't expect him to sell for any major amounts of money. In fact, he's not even there. So at this point, I need to go look at solds. Actives. I knew that. And this is where I will, maybe not, because somebody might not know he's from the Treasury of Owls. I'm just going to select this under 15 at first and see if there's any available. And if there's none available, this is an item I would put up at auction, because all it takes is 2 people that really need to add this one to their collection to make the price go up. And look, he's not here. Somebody's got one. Oh, here we go. $12.75. $12.75. I'd be okay with that. I still might do them on auction. $9. Yeah, all right. So I'm in that range. But the thing is, with this one, I paid $1 for him. So yeah, I can still sell him, or I can put him with a friend or two. I have other owls too. But I'm okay turning $1 into $10. I'm okay with that. Stay. Then I got, this one is really interesting. He is made out of shells. Look at that. He's all shell. So I'll probably do the same thing. I'll start him at auction, $9.99. Let him go where he may. And then this guy, now that I look at him, I wasn't sure when I was in the store, but now I am 99.9% certain he is made out of a horn or antler. Antler. It's antler. Yeah, it's antler. And the reason I can tell that, look at the bottom. Here, cover my face so it focuses. See all those little pores? Resin? If it was resin, come back. If it was resin, there would be like those lines where they kind of, you know, shave it off. But the fact that there's little pores, that is, it can be bone or antler, but look at the ridges also. So this is like a deer antler carving. Come on, focus. Focus, camera, focus. You know you want to. Focus, 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 focus. Focus, focus. Well, hopefully you guys can see that. It's cameras. So I'll start him at $9.99 too. Yeah, it's antler. And then I got, okay. Now, these two were sitting together. And again, these are in the half price booth. And it was $24 for the set, but that would have been $12 because they were half price. I'm like, heck yeah. Because this one right here, pretty sure this is like a Mata Ortiz pottery, but it's got this signature on the bottom, which is very interesting that it's got the ... dots. I'm sure that's, you know, the artist's little thing. So how do I find him? Let's go see. So I don't know for sure he's Mata Ortiz, so I'm not going to put that in yet. I do know he is a signed WS owl. I'm going to start there. Oops. Okay. We want to be in all. So nothing in actives. I'm going to just stick in solds here for a minute. So I'm going to take out the sign because maybe somebody didn't say that. Nope. So I'm going to put black. Now I'm probably going to get a whole lot of results. So here's where I use my category. Now I've only got 32. Not seeing this guy. I'm going to go over to actives. Yeah, still not seeing anything like him. So this, again, is the kind of piece that I would put on auction because it's kind of an unknown. Now, let me just put in, for those going, what is Mata Ortiz? It is a pottery, and I'm going to put an owl. So did they even make an owl? I don't know. They may not have made an owl because I can find nothing. So that's interesting. So let me just show you what Mata Ortiz pottery looks like. So see this black? They're known for the black with the two different kind of shades, like glazed and matte together. That's what made me think it was Mata Ortiz, like so. And I won't do it now because I only have so much time. But what I may do is go into a couple of these and see how they're signed, which I picked one that's not even signed. But I'll go and see if I can match that signature to try to figure out if it is Mata Ortiz, because I would love to be able to say Mata Ortiz. And maybe it's not WS. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, oh, is it SM? See, it could be SM, huh? Yeah. I do use Terapeak to access more solds. But I don't generally use it for pricing guidance. And that's between that and WorthPoint. When I use it, I'm not looking for a price. I'm looking for identification. Because if I can't find something on a regular eBay search, then I'm going to price it for rarity or put it at auction. So just take the pricing with a grain of salt when you do that. So let me just check real quick. What did I just say? Like SM owl. Let's try SM owl. And it could be, maybe it ends up being a hobbyist piece after all this, but, oh, let's see. Owl collectibles. Let's look at owl collectibles. Oh, wait, see, this is why eBay search, it thinks I'm saying small. It thinks I'm saying small. You make me crazy, eBay. You make me crazy. All right. Auction it is on this guy. Auction it is. And then this guy came with it. Now I'm going to pull. Oh, it's got the same signature. I'm pretty sure that's an SM versus WS. What do you guys think? Could go either way. I'm not super happy about that going either way. But I'll put them up at auction just so they have the best potential to bring the best price. That's what we'll do. I also found this guy. I love him. Love the turkey. He is a hobbyist piece from 1980. So I tend to not pick up a lot of the hobby pieces. And by hobbyist piece, I mean this is, and this was really popular in the 80s, is you would go and buy this plain white, what do you call it? The thing, whatever it is. So it'd be like an no glaze. Note that it's greenware. That's the word they called it greenware. You'd go buy the piece. So you'd buy this turkey. He'd be white with no glaze, and you paint him and you put his finished glaze and you fire him yourself, and voila. And that way, that's how you etched in your own name and everything into there. Yeah. Unfired greenware. Yes. That's what I was trying to think of. So that's called a hobbyist piece nowadays. And some of them, just because somebody didn't make it as a high-priced artist or designer doesn't mean they didn't have talent. And truly, we are in an age where it's what it looks like, not so much who done it, as far as a lot of the people out there buying, especially the millennials. They like it to look a certain way versus caring about, if it was done by a certain person. So let's see what he's worth. So I'm not going to put in hobbyist because that's a term that a seller may not know. I'm going to put vintage blue turkey. And I know not all of them will be blue, but if I don't do that, I'm going to get basically thousands of results. And look, it wants to give me clothing. Come on. Come on. Let's go with some pottery. Okay, he's not in the pottery. Let's go in the collectibles. Go in collectibles. Ah, come on. Why is search just not cooperating today? So I'm going to go. Let's go vintage. Oh, look, it's telling me that is how people are shopping for this. Okay, we'll go with it. And here he is. So you can see probably most people would have painted him brown. I'm just saying. The blue is what I loved about him, which is why I bought him. But most people would name him as brown. Now, $12 plus $15 shipping. We are nowhere near Thanksgiving yet. This price will go higher. I will list him probably at $19.99 because number one, I do believe I can get my shipping lower than that. But there's only one there. Let's see if there's any actives. Oh, $44 shipping. I guess a lot of sellers are doing that now. Wowza. And somebody said, okay, I'm going to go US only just to show you this is US sellers doing this. These are located in the United States and they are charging that kind of shipping. I don't understand why. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not going to sell. Well, I mean, it might. So 15, 15, 15. Yeah. Look at that. Woo, groovy glaze. Groovy glaze. People had fun. And some are not done as well as others. I will just leave that there. Some got a little bit more extravagant. So yeah, that's how that works. I didn't see a blue one though. I think I can get a little premium because mine is blue. I like the blue. I'm going to get to the glass. I promise I'm going to get to the glass. But first I have to get to these fantastic fish. Oh, I almost missed these. They were buried behind stuff on a shelf. Look at him. He's curved. He's just so cool. And then here's his friend. Look at those colors. I love these so much. And it was complete bonus. I was already buying them. Now they were in a 50% off booth, and I think they were priced at $20 each. Pretty sure. So I think I paid $10 a piece for these because I think they are absolutely fantastic. Let me put one down so I don't ship them. But let me show you the signature. Bloop, bloop, bloop. You see that? Not only are they signed Tonala, Mexico, but they actually have the artist on them, which is Fryer. I want to say Jay Fryer. So I've been excited to look these up. Owl falling over here. Oh, the colors are amazing. Yes. Real quick, let me answer your question. Any reason why eBay is charging final valuation fees on the shipping charges? I think I just showed you the reason for that. So they did this several years ago is when sellers started kind of burying their profits into the shipping, eBay goes, okay, people are skirting around paying their commission. So, hey, we're just going to charge final value fee on the actual, on the shipping portion as well. That is why eBay did that. And I fully support and understand them doing that. I just wish that since they know how much we have paid for the shipping, if we're printing our labels through them, that they would bump some of that back to us, knowing what we paid. I'm just saying, eBay, if you're watching, let's get fair with it, please. Because yeah, it does really, really suck to pay that on the shipping. And here is, everybody says I'm like some eBay shill that, I drink the Kool-Aid and I'm all about eBay. I'm all about eBay as a business, okay? I think it's fantastic. I think we can have amazing, profitable businesses out there. But I don't agree with all of their business practices. With the new managed payments, they're bumping up that final value fee to 11.5%, which means you're now going to pay 11.5% on the shipping and on the sales tax. And I really, really am challenging eBay on this because I think it's dirty. I think it's dirty of them to do that and make money on that. I really do want them to change that. So I do. You know what? I used to be able to personally actually respond to every single comment. I can't do that now, but you will know that I looked at it. I will give some kind of a little signal that I read your comment. And if you have a question, I absolutely try to answer those. I also have a Facebook group. So if you go over to the Niche to Profit, here, let me show you what that looks like. The Niche to Profit Facebook group is my group. and I follow very closely in there. Let me just, so you will know if you're in the right place. That's what, oops, let me take that down there. That's what the Niche to Profit group looks like. And we literally talk about all things eBay. Look at this. See, I'm showing you, this is what happens to me. It won't load. I have to load it from my phone to read most stuff. But I'm in there and I'm watching that stuff. And if I don't answer your question, I have some amazing people in there who've been doing this a very long time and who have followed the way I do things for a very long time. So you can get your questions answered over there. You know, I don't know what the reason is. I just don't understand the reasoning behind charging that kind of shipping. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe it's because of the returns. I know people are always looking for a way to get around playing by the rules. Kind of bugs me in this life that happens, but it is what it is. Yeah. Yes. Oops, wrong one. This one. Yes, you can try the all caps. You can try it. But even then, I apologize if I miss. I try to catch it. And hopefully my mods over there can catch it and bring it to my attention as well if I don't catch it. Yep. Sweet. Okay, so now let's go look for these. Did I say Tanala? I did say Tanala, right? Yeah. Tanala. I'm going to put Tanala, and I'm going to put the artist name, which I think it's Fryer. We're going to see if anything comes up with that. And I'm going to get out of just collectibles. No results. No results. So now I'm going to put Tanala Fish. And I want to get into all categories here. Okay, I'm still by highest. I really don't think eBay's giving me all of the results. In fact, I know they're not. I know there's more than 20 Tanala fish. So this is something else you have to keep in mind. This can be an advantage to you. Let me come back. Boy, it's just editorial day. So what eBay's doing here is they are limiting the results because they want you to make a decision. And their idea is that the fewer results that they give, the easier it is for a customer to make a decision. Now, the way they determine what goes into those results is based on a few things. It is based on how close your title is to what the customer put into the search engine. And I've been saying that for a long time. So you don't want to add extra words unless they are something that the person would be typing in to find your item. So that's important. And then also, and let's just see if this holds true, these should be items that have good pictures. See, I mean, and sometimes it's on newest listings, like haven't been seen. So it has to do on your metrics of how many times has your item been viewed. So we can see, like, I wonder if this will show us when this was listed, because that's not a very good title. It won't tell us. It won't tell us how long. I suspect this is a newer listing. You know, you can check that out. You see other items. You go by newly listed. Let's see. I don't know who this is, but I'm just going to put this in here and see when I'm just testing the theory. March 18th. So eBay thinks this is a good listing to bring up, which is interesting. But that's probably a very active seller too, which is the other criteria. Like I was saying earlier on, if you are listing, eBay knows you're a very active seller, your items are going to come up better then too. Okay, so, similar. No, that's metal. Never mind. It's not similar. So nothing. Oh, here we go. Friel. They're saying that's Friel. I don't think that's an L. I think it's a. But that shows you why you have to be careful about putting specific names. I don't think that's. I think mine looks like Fryer. I don't know. Maybe it is Friel. But at least I found one. And I think they're way undercutting themselves on that price. But it is an auction. So let's look in solds. Okay, so somebody was asking about Terapeak. So this is an instance where, let me just do this real quick because I have to go to something completely different to get there. Where my tab's gone. What is going on? That's really bizarre. That's really bizarre. Why? There it is. Whoa, that was really weird. It did not. Okay. I'll get over it. It's there now. All right, let me go full screen here. So we are looking for Tanala, fish. I'm going to put pottery fish just so I don't get the metal ones. All right. And we want to look for the last 365 days. I don't limit anything else. Come on. There we go. All right. So now it's showing me, these are by, let's do it by sold price. All right. There's Wilmot. It's not a Wilmot. Or Randy. See, this is what I don't like about Terapeak. eBay gets rid of the pictures. That drives me batty. WorthPoint holds the pictures. That's why I usually go over to WorthPoint. Because how do you compare your item if you can't see the pictures? I'm just saying, eBay. So you can see, I think the closest one is, where'd it go? I saw 50, this one. Plus there, like you can click it open. I mean, this is much more extravagant, but it's on the same quality line. So yeah. All right, where am I? Here I am. So this is why I get a little frustrated, like with the Terapeak, because the pictures are gone. But I will price these probably at $50 each. Again, what's the worst that can happen? They don't sell within 30 days. Then I can always adjust the price. So you searched Tanala fish and got 98 results. Oh, because I bet I still have checked. Yeah, okay, let's go with default. Let's go with active. Nope, mine still came back with 20. I thought because I still had US only. So maybe this is something they're like rolling out now. Maybe it's like this new, and I know it, they have been talking about it. They've been talking about it a lot. So it's happening. It's happening. Coming to eBay near you. This is why it is so important to just have really good pictures and really good listings and really good titles, because then you're going to come up. Don't look at it as a bad thing. Look at it as a good thing, because they're going to filter out the ones that don't have good pictures and don't have good titles and don't really meet the quality. Am I still? Oh, you know what? Let's see. I don't have that checked anymore. No, I thought maybe you were right. Saying that I still had the under 15 checked. I don't have that checked anymore. Nope. Oh, wait. Do I? Let's see. Let me just totally like start over. Wow. They just need to get it together. I'm telling you. Hold on. Stand by. Stand by. I'm fighting with eBay. Okay. That's better. I now have 126 results. You're right. It was the under, but you know what? Customers are going to do that too. That was it. All right. I feel better now. Let's see. Can we find our little fishy? Let's find our little fishy. Where are you, little fishy? Fishy, fishy. Ooh, similar. Somebody has a really noisy car. Did you guys hear that? That was so loud. Let me go over to solds because that's what really matters. I still think I'm going to list mine for $50 each. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I'm still going to ask $50 each. That didn't really change anything, did it? Groovy. $50 each it is. You like the blue turkey more? Love it. Okay. Oh, so the mid-century booth in the front of the store was doing 50% off, which blows my mind because it's like the best booth in the place. Like that guy is so niched and focus and just amazing stuff. And it like was all 50% off. So I had fun in that booth. But what I spotted, if I can hold them up, check these out. How groovy are those? Right? And then the bonus was, put one down. They are Royal Hager USA. Now, what I don't remember them having is it just one? Yeah. This now has a little chip on it, which looks really fresh, which I think happened when I took it up to the front of the antique mall. Always kind of frustrates me. How come I don't use the Lent app? You just need to take a pic and I think come out, do the 5. I have no idea what all that means, but the lens app, which is what I think it just doesn't work for like this really unique stuff. Most of the time it doesn't work. Just doesn't work right. And I have to count on the picture technology is getting better. Picture recognition technology, it's getting way better. It's something that's being worked on, but it is not perfected yet. And I would rather see too many results than not enough. So, yeah, it is a bummer. So, but these are great colors. So I'm hoping that these are still really cool. Oh, apparently that car is joyriding up and down my street. I don't know. Can you guys hear it? It's crazy. So here we have some, I found them in the triple 3 candle holders. Okay. But notice this picture here is not a great picture for selling the item. And if that's all they were asking, that's all they're going to get. Here's another one for 28. Now that was on auction. Here we go, 15. I think these sellers are cheating themselves. Let's see how many are available. I think they should go for at least 30. Just saying. Let's see if I can find any available. Here we go. Look how nice that picture is compared to some of those other ones that sold. So $42. Plus, I think the blue and green is a much more popular color than like the pinks and the mauves. Here we go, $29.99. Yeah, I think they're worth $29.99. Mine are going up for $29.99. That's what we're doing. Trying to remember how much I think I paid less than $10 for them. Pretty sure I did. So even though there's others available, here's the thing. These will probably sell. Let me come back. These will probably sell over on Cherish. I probably will not sell these on eBay. These will probably be sold on the designer site. Blue Green Splendor. Oh, is that like the name that Hager called them? I love that. They are pretty amazing. Cherish is very high end. Trying to find it. Safe place to go. And the designers pay way more money over there because they are spending other people's money. So it's the designer place. Oh, Patty, the $29.99 ones are yours. Let's go look. Let's go look again. I might have to tell you to raise your price. Where did that go now? These ones are yours? I would recommend, are you open to some feedback, Patty? You open to some feedback? Make this better? There's a lag, so I have to wait for her to hear what I said and then answer. I can give you some advice. Okay, good. First of all, I actually really love this look for your background and everything, but eBay's algorithm doesn't. You want your first picture to be a plain white background, and that also has to do with this item coming up in the search recognition results. What's the word I was looking for? So if it has a pure white background, now somebody enters their picture of what they're looking for, which is this thing. Now the algorithm's going to know that your item is good. But I really like the artsy background like this. I love it. Etsy does better with this kind of a background. The other thing, and this is for everybody too, if you can start taking your pictures in square mode, you will have a better experience. So see how this is all open here? This is all open here. That's because your picture is cropped, which used to be, oh, I'm so sorry. Here we go. My apologies for not sharing my screen. Yes, here. So everything I said still stands. But what you want to use is square mode, because you can see how you've got all this space up here and all this space down here. So whether or not you use square mode, eBay's putting it into square mode, which is going to make your item look smaller. So use the square mode. Most cameras now have that. It's the 1:1, which makes square mode. So it's 1:1 is how you get into square mode. So take your pictures in square mode and don't be afraid to have the extra space. I used to crop everything. I don't crop anything anymore. I just fill the lens the best I can. Boom, that's the picture. And then the white background. Now, you don't have to use the white background for every single image. You can just use it on your gallery image, and that's what's going to help it get recognized by the image recognition software. Other than that, good stuff. I would also add a picture that is like straight on, like I'm looking at it at the same level as my eyes, like I would be if it was on the shelf in the store in front of me. So kind of having that angle would help as well. But yeah. Cool, cool, cool. So your title, this right here is going to kill you in search results, because this the parentheses in search algorithm language, that causes a stop. So I would change your title to, you can leave pair at the front and even say pair of Royal Hager candle holders, mid-century 3-tier. I wouldn't put the colors in the title either. I would put those in your item specifics, and they'll still be picked up as if somebody puts it in the title or in their search, and you have it in your item specifics but not in your actual title, it's still going to be recognized as if it's in your title. And then the VTG, which we know stands for vintage, I no longer abbreviate. I spell out the word, because if the customer's spelling out the word and you're abbreviated and somebody else spells out the word, theirs is going to get preferential treatment. So your item specifics, and also you guys see all this, the sponsored items, the related sponsored items. Now I haven't done it for a while, but I think there is a way you can turn that off. And the reason I recommend you turn that off is if you are following my example and pricing on the higher side of things, this is very much price related. They're going to try to show the customer cheaper items, and you don't want to drive people off of your listing. So I'm going to double check if you can still, I'm pretty sure you can still turn that off. And they go, oh, but then your items aren't going to show up on other people's listings. That's okay. So here's your item specifics. And so you've got color brown, which is good. You can also put a comma and put the green or whatever the other color was, or turquoise. Yeah. Yep. But your listing is much better than many of the others that I showed you. So there you go. Yeah. And if you are listing that kind of stuff, look into cherish.com. Cherish is amazing. Love it. Yeah, exactly. There are apps now. Actually, eBay has an app that removes the background. Photo Room is another app. There's lots of apps, but just do it on the first one. Just do it on your gallery. Just do it on your gallery. Yeah. Thank you for letting me use your listing as that example. Thank you. So, all right. I'm getting notifications that I turned off. Like I turned off notifications, YouTube. Stop it. Okay. Okay, there's one more item I really want to talk about before I get into the glass. Because I know you guys are waiting for the glass. Because I teased with the glass. This piece was also in the 50% off booth, but it was not priced. And I will tell you, I kind of like when stuff is not priced, because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to get a better price than if the original price was on it, because now they know somebody's interested and they want to sell it. Now, that being said, do not take price tags off. I know people do that, and that drives me crazy. Like in my own booth, people do that. I keep a spreadsheet. I get a call saying, hey, price came up with no price. I whip up my spreadsheet. I find the item and I go, oh yeah, it's boom. And I have the original price. But a lot of dealers don't have that. If you're a dealer in an antique booth, I highly recommend doing that. So you know what the price was that you set in the first place. Because who remembers like all this research, right? You know, like you have an idea, but you don't remember what you paid and all that. So I found this piece, and I am always also willing to pay a fair price. I never want to take advantage of another dealer. I don't want to take advantage of anybody. But yeah, I completely honor, you know, realistic pricing. And I have paid more for things than what was being asked, because I thought, oh, wait, you are totally not asking enough. So this, to my surprise, when I open the lid, I see this little tag under here, which is McFarlane, Freeman and McFarlane Potteries of California, which is, now I didn't know they made little things like this. I've sold animals that were made by them and then done really well in the past. So we're going to do that little search over here. We're just going to put, oops, Freeman. Come on, fingers. I'm trying to type over the item. That never works. Freeman. And it should come up. Yeah. So Freeman McFarlane. Notice I'm not putting the and. Don't need to. I'm just going to put this. And I'm going to go straight to the solds to show you. If I can get straight to the solds. Here we go. Is the screen big enough, you guys? I blew up the screen a little bit and I forgot to check with you if that's actually showing up good for you guys. No, usually you cannot leave your spreadsheet at the antique store's desk for rep. No, you got to keep it yourself. Remember, they could have like 100, 200 dealers, so they're not going to keep track of that. Yeah. Oh, I totally do that too. And video. It's dual purpose when I video the booth for you guys, because then I have a reference. I can see what's missing, what's sold. Okay. So here are some Freeman McFarlane. And of course, the bears seem to be the high point. I know them for these gold leaf animals. Oh, good. You can see it on your phone. That's awesome. Yay. So you can see the animals do really, really well. So Freeman McFarlane, it's a mid-century designer. And they make some really cute stuff too. Look at those little guys. All right. So now what we're hoping to see here pretty soon is some regular pottery pieces, which we're getting to. Remember, this is how you learn about stuff. This is why I didn't just narrow it down to box. Like, if I was just listing this and researching right now, I would have just put in the Freeman McFarlane box and narrowed it down. But what I want to show you is my process and how I learn about the other stuff. And it's not something you can learn one time and be done, because the market values are constantly changing. So doing your searches much more open like this and sorting by highest, like I have always picked these up because I knew it was Freeman McFarlane, but value has gone up because this kitten used to only sell for about $25. Now it looks like it's selling for over $40. That's good information. Sometimes values do go up. Let's see. Owls, kitty cat. Oh, look at the hippo. How cute is he? Right. The mousies. So the gold leaf is like one of their signature things. So you want to be watching for the gold leaf animals. The snail. I'm not a big snail person. So here's, this isn't the same, but I'm getting closer to like, here's a box for $39. Probably more like $30 because you got shipping in there. Another box, $30. And $29.99 was about what I was thinking that I would be able to sell it for. Now, she actually sold this to me for $5. So I was pretty happy. And I bought a ton of other stuff out of the booth, which is why she went $5. I did not know these were Freeman McFarlane. I'll be darned. I'll be darned. All right, duly noted. See, there's little things you can put into your memory banks as you're doing these searches. Now, I'm not finding, so let's just go see if I had to put in box, what comes back, 0 results. And I know there was items that looked like a box, so they're not calling it a box. So what do you call it? Do you call it a jar? It's not a jar, but we'll look at jar. Why not? Yeah, so it just all depends what another seller actually called the thing. So I'm going to maybe even do it on an auction. Because I can't find one like right off that's like it, this is the kind of stuff I'll run at auction. And start it kind of where I was thinking, $29.99, but that way if it's worth more than that, I can get more than that. So vintage jewelry, now selling pottery. This really helps. So when I'm on the hunt for treasures, I have exactly. Speaking of jewelry, and since I've got like 300 of you watching, how would you guys feel about me doing a live jewelry sale? Because I have so much jewelry and it's not my thing. So I'm thinking a jewelry sale, and I start everything. I can do it in auction format, and I can start everything at $1 and see where it goes. If I get enough people interested in that, I will do it. I will do it. I got one yes, please. 2, 3. All right. Leave me your comments below if you're watching this after the live stream, and let me know if you would be interested in me doing a live jewelry sale. I am not a jewelry reseller, even though I have some listed. I have listed jewelry. I don't enjoy listing it as much. I don't know. It's weird. I've just never been a jewelry girl. And so I thought, I've got a ton of it. Why not give you guys a way to source? Okay, we're going to do it. We are going to do it. Don't know when I'm going to do it yet. Soon. We will do it soon. Because I actually still need to raise money to finish paying off Ozzy's vet bill. So we'll make it a charity sale. Yeah. I know it's easy to ship. I know. I love shipping jewelry. I love it. I just love the research and all of this stuff so much better that I tend not to do the jewelry. Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. I know I hate listing clothing too. I hate listing clothing. I love shipping clothing. I love shopping for I did the funnest thing the other day. So my daughter's a model, some of you know, and this is kind of what she's got, a full-time job. So she doesn't get to do as much of it as she wants. So what she does is she will get outfits for her modeling. And then when she's done with it, she lists it in her Poshmark store and on Instagram, because she's in it. She's modeling it, and it brings the value up so much more. But I've learned from shopping with her style, the things she's looking for. So the other day I was live personal shopping with her, so to speak. I found a bunch of stuff I thought she'd like. I'd send her the picture, then she'd go, yes, no, yeah. I was only off on 2 items. She wanted everything that I picked out. That was so much fun. So much fun. Ozzy is doing great. Ozzy, where are you? Oh, you know what? I left them downstairs. I thought I had them up here. I left them downstairs. Now he's probably going, well, you're calling me and I'm not coming. He's doing great. He is back to his old piss and vinegar self. He's a little troublemaker. Big time. Oh, wait, no. You're here. Come here. Everybody wants to see you. Come here. Come here. Come on up. He was sleeping. Come here. Come here. All right. Everybody wants to say hi, Ozzy. Show him your little battle scars. Look at, he's got his little shaved arms and his little shaved belly from his ultrasound. But yep, there he is. Just as full of it as ever, aren't you? Are you full of it? See, no, look at this. You look at this innocent little face. He goes, I'm not full of it. I'm a good little dog. Yeah. Go eat my couch, okay? Just go do it. You know you want to. All right. Okay, so I went to this one booth that had beautiful glass in their display cabinet. So I just started pulling all of it out. And the first piece I saw, actually, I wanted this one for myself. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 6 pieces, which came up. The prices were already fantastic, by the way. So the prices were already good. And I asked one of the workers there, I said, hey, would they be willing to do a deal if I buy all of it? Because I wasn't totally sure I wanted all the pieces and what the resale was, but if I got them for the right price, I'd be good with it. So he goes, okay, let me check. So they sold all 6 of these pieces to me for $100, which I was like, done, I'm in. So this piece caught my eye. This actually is Fenton. Here, I'll show you the whole thing. Now this is blue opalescent, but I'll show you the comparison. So this is the opalescent I collect, this coloring, not just like many different patterns with this deep, deep blue. And this Fenton blue is not real exciting to me, but I liked it. I liked it enough, that I'd keep it around for a while. This is a marked piece of Fenton. Let me see. There's a water. Hold on. Let me fix this. I'm trying to rub out. There's a watermark in it that's going to make it so you can't see the Fenton mark. Okay, I think I got it now. All right. So this Fenton mark, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it like embossed on the bottom there? Let's see. How can I show this to you? Let me see. Focus. It's right. It's going to be really hard to show you. It's a little oval. Can you see it? Kind of, sort of. Not really, huh? Anyway, trust me, there's a little oval mark on the bottom there that says Fenton. And what Fenton started to do in the 1970s was they started to use this little mark instead of just putting the labels, because then the labels come off. So the mark will have a little number above it, and that little number above it will tell you exactly what decade it was made. So it goes from like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Now, the first number they used, I don't remember if it was the 0 or the 1. Does anybody know? I know. I'm sorry you couldn't see it. I don't know how to make that. What can I use to make that show up? Maybe what if I put, I wonder if that would work. Would that? Nah, it still doesn't want to show it to you. You know what? Maybe we can go find a picture of one that has the mark. Does anybody know if they started with the 0 or the 1? I'm not a big Fenton person. I know enough about it, to be able to buy it and resell it, but I don't claim to be a Fenton expert by any stretch. This piece is the Fenton Lily. You can tell I did look this one up. I did cheat on this one a little bit. So you can see it is the Lily of the Valley. We'll find the basket now. There's a basket, but let's see if we can find it on its own. I suspect they're not going to have a good picture of the bottom with this background, but let's go take a peek. So it's about a $35 to $40 basket. Oh yeah, they use that background on every single one. Yeah, you can kind of see it here. There we go. Now can you guys see it? See the little oval with the thing? So this was from the first year that they started marking it this way. Use my tortoise magnifying glass. That's a good idea. I forgot I had him over there. Yeah. But that's what it looks like. Okay, so Fenton started using that. And do they give some information? Yeah, they don't. Not really. All right. So $38.75 was what their asking price. I suspect they sold it for around $35. I can actually go up here and put basket in now and fine tune it. Here's one for $44 with free shipping. $29.99. 1052 bids. This is why auctions can be dangerous. You can see sometimes you're only going to get your opening bid or a little more. But see, look at this. $20 of shipping. It deters bidding. Because look, $16.83, 7 bids because of $5 shipping, which I think that seller hurt themselves a little bit. This is why, you guys, it is really, truly like a virtual flea market swap meet on eBay. It really is, because every single seller does something different and has a different way of pricing, a different way of doing stuff. So, yeah. So let me just pull something up real quick to show you. There's some great sites out there that will help you with this stuff. In fact, in the Niche to Profit group, I just posted a link to Fenton catalogs from like the 40s to the 80s. Okay, I am really, really glad that I was not showing my screen just now because it took me to something really bad. Really? Come on. Yeah, I'm really glad I wasn't showing my screen just now. Why do people do that stuff? I don't understand. Hold on. That threw me a little bit. Apparently having the word dating in your title is not a good thing. Or in your search. I'll let your imagination run wild as to what just got pulled up. This is why I never live Google search for exactly that reason, because that would have been bad. All right. Okay, this is what I wanted to find here. Okay. It's not, okay, it is telling me. Here we go. So Fenton used the oval mark beginning in 1970 and later added the 8 to denote the 1980s. Subsequent decades were marked 9 for the 90s, 0 for 2000s, and so on. There you go. That's what it is. So it's in 1970 had no number. Then the 1980s had the 8, 90s had the 9, 2000s had the 0, 2010s will have a 1, 2020s will have a 2. So they have a lot of years to go. Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely censored. So that's what it looks like. Sometimes though, that number is on the top of the Fenton. I have seen it both ways. This actually is like not a bad site. Look at this, you guys. They've got all these different marks on here. I'm kind of digging this site. This is the sprucecrafts.com. Glassware marks and signatures. I will save this and post this over on the Niche to Profit group because this is kind of a cool, I mean, it doesn't go in depth, but it gives you some general information there. So I'll share that link over in the group. So yeah, I am very, very, very thankful I was not sharing my screen. Oh my gosh. People. You know my story. I did that once back when I had the Danny App Academy, the Niche to Profit Academy, and I was actually pulling up my mother's website, and which is granniessquare.com. Well, if you don't put both S's in, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. And I did that live screen sharing, and I didn't really realize how quickly I could press a button and close something down. But, yeah. All right. So this is your very, very classic Fenton hobnail. This is in the blue opalescent. Again, hobnail is not one of my desirable things. There is no Fenton mark on the bottom, which means it's pre-1970s. Hobnail was a 50s, 60s thing. I believe they came out with the hobnail, the white milk glass in the 50s, might even be 40s. It's really popular in the 50s. So it's right there. And from there, they kept adding colors and adding colors and adding colors because that's what they could do. Because Fenton is mold made. It's not hand blown. It's all poured into a mold and it comes out of the mold. So they can use whatever color combination, whatever they want, they can do that. So that's why you see so many of the same shape, but in different colors and things, because that's what Fenton does. So this is just a blue hobnail. It's opalescent. What makes it opalescent, for those that don't know, is see the lighter color of blue up here, or the more like, what's the word I'm looking for? Opaque? Is that what I want to say? It's like it goes from translucent to you can't see through it. use that for lack of my not being able to describe it. Milky. Milky's a good term. Milky's a good term. But yeah, so that's opalescent. Opalescent comes in blue, green, peach, cranberry, yellow. What am I leaving out? I think those are the main ones. Clear, white. Yeah, lots of opalescent. So let me put that back down and show you what it's worth. So we're still in Fenton. I know it's Fenton just because of the hobnail, just because of the pattern, not because it's marked or anything. It's just most hobnail is Fenton. Other companies started to copy it after Fenton, but it's a Fenton thing. And you can see here, pretty popular. What I want to do, oh, I did put basket, good. So these are big. These are big baskets. Now we're getting into some of the smaller. You can see the colors. These are more rare. So the more rare the color, the higher it's going to go. This was a really good deal for somebody to get all those pieces. Oh, here it is. Well, I am pleasantly surprised to find out my basket is worth $50. I really didn't think it was worth more than $30. So apparently the hobnail's going up, and I guess it's because the millennials like it. And if the millennials like it, it will go up in value. 1940s is what they're calling it. Okay, so this one sold for like probably 25-ish. Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably price mine like at $39.99 because I'm listing a whole bunch of like the opalescent glass. So $39.99. So now this one I'm not listing. This is one that will be kept from my collection. This is a pattern known as Klondike, Klondyke. It is made by Northwood Glass, and it dates to about 1910. You can see it's also a pressed glass. So a lot of these early opalescent dishes, carnival dishes and everything are all pressed and can also be found in EAPG patterns, early American pressed glass. So it would come in a clear as well. But yeah, that one's going in my collection. Sadly, this is only worth about $20, $25. That's it. Sad. Other reason it stays with me. I don't have very many super expensive pieces. I have a couple, not very many. My kids are not going to get rich on my collection. All right, this is another piece of classic Fenton. This is the Fenton coin dot. Super desirable. This one still has its little label inside, but it's really worn. You can't really read it too much anymore, but you can see. I do believe this was 1940s. The cranberry and the white on the outside, really desirable coloring. I will show you. So we're going to go Fenton coin dot. I'm just going to put that in just to give you an idea. I'm going to narrow this down, but I want to show you how much this stuff can go for and the pieces that are out there. So the lamps, obviously the lamps. Now, those of you who say you don't want to deal with the hassle of shipping a lamp, I'm going to tell you that if you say could pick up this lamp for $100, how many of you would do it? Like, give me a thumbs up. Raise your hand. If you're live in the chat, tell me if you could buy that lamp for $100, would you do it? Or would you pass it by because of the daunting shipping? Just want to know. Just want to know. Because I want to get you all to the place where you would absolutely grab that lamp in a heartbeat, no questions asked. And if you didn't want to ship it, take it to the UPS store for them to pack. Yes, yes, Tri-State Picker Mom. Absolutely where I was going. Go have somebody else ship it for you. This would cost about, I'm going to guess, about $30 to $40 to have them package it up for you. That doesn't count the shipping cost. That's simply to have them. And look, they sold this with $100 shipping. And I will tell you that didn't cost $100 to ship. It was probably about $60 to $70 to ship, depending where it's going. And they put the rest into having it packaged up. So don't be afraid of this stuff. Don't be afraid of it. Don't do it. You grab that stuff and make that money in a heartbeat. Ooh, that's really pretty. Ooh, I'd like that. All right, but you can see this is a really popular pattern of Fenton. People like the coin dot, and it does come in like the not opalescent. So when it has the white on it, it's opalescent. When it doesn't, it's just simply coin dot. I have one of those too, actually. Actually, it's not the coin dot. It's just the optic. So we'll talk about that one in a second. So this is, it's a bowl. So I probably should go up here and put a bowl because there's a lot, but you get the idea. Let's put bowl. All right, 74 results. That's a little easier. So here you go. Look at that. Look at those prices. And remember, I paid less than 20 bucks for this bowl. And it is very similar. Actually, it's this one. So it's a $50 bowl. And I kind of knew that when I was buying it. I knew it. You can say, this is the little tiny thing. This is super popular. And the cranberry, people just love. That Fenton didn't call this pink. They called it cranberry. It's a Fenton thing, you know, that they coined that this is a cranberry. I guess it is cranberry color. I don't know. Were cranberries a lot more popular to eat back in like the 40s and 50s? I don't know. They're not that popular now. At least I don't think so. Except at Thanksgiving time. Then we eat cranberries. They're way too healthy now, right? Oh, Pam purchased a mid-century modern lamp for $34.99. May eventually list it for $1,200. I get that. You want to hold on to it for what? So one of the things I do, if I know that at some point I have to sell it, price it at a ridiculous price. Because so like double that. Put it at $2,500. Like, would you sell it if somebody offered you $2,500? Put it at a price you wouldn't regret selling it if it's something that's slated for selling later. Yeah. You never know when that one collector is going to come along and just spend stupid money. Like, I personally cannot fathom spending that much money on something for my house. I don't think I could ever be in an income bracket where I would be comfortable with that. I just can't. It's not in my blood. I just can't. So, all right. So this one has more of a, what they call an optic. It's still cranberry. And then this is crimped. So on the ruffle here, you've got this little extra it's ruffled, but then the ruffles have ruffles, and that's known as a crimp. Like they take, it comes out of a mold, and then sometimes they still crimp it. I think this was molded this way. Some pieces that you will find have a combination of mold and blown, where they actually do some work on it after the fact. This one looks like it came out of the mold this way. You can tell that because there's no sharp edges. It's all very, very smooth and even, which is a mold indication. Yuck. What are you saying yuck to, Mom? Just FYI, Bobby Bushy is my mom. Just sold 2 Fenton Blue Opalescent Hobnail. Where'd it go? Perfume bottles, minus stoppers last week. Didn't get much, but I knew I wouldn't due to missing stoppers. Never discount your stuff, though. I hope that you gave it a chance to sell at a good price. Ooh, I like that. Omaha steak styrofoam containers make great packing containers for large glass items like lamps. Good tip. Ruffled and crimped. Exactly. Okay. So this one is, oh my gosh, how time flies. I just looked down at the time. That's okay. It is a cranberry. And I'm just going to put bowl just to save a little time on finding it. Come on. Come on, internet. Now it's going to pull me up the opalescent. So here's something else you can do. I can take outwards. So I can take out opalescent. I can take out hobnail. Boom. Now I just got myself down to 200. All right. So let's see. Kind of, sort of. Am I still high? No, look at it. Reverted me to best match. I don't want best match. I want highest. And I want solds. Where are you, solds? There you are. Here we go. All right. So you can see this is the coin dot in the non-opalescent. I'm looking for not the dot. I should have taken out the dot. This one is not going to be as expensive. This is, yeah, it's more like this. A diamond quilted. Yeah, it's kind of in that range. So again, $20 for shipping, which is why this price isn't higher. I will list this piece probably at about 25. About 25 for this one, which is about what I ended up paying for it, but that's okay because I bought all of it on a deal. The other piece I got that was in there, it was not pottery, but I got it because they were already, they were giving me a deal. So I got this is a little Satsuma Asian pottery piece. It's got the Asian mark on the bottom. And I know a lot of you try to identify these marks. Don't even try. Unless it's really going to be like your niche and you want to get into it and learn about them, I'd say just call it signed. Now, the style you need to know, this is a very classic Satsuma style, with the people, and then it's also got the moriage, which is the little raised bumpies all over it. And then if you handle a lot of this stuff, you will learn the quality versus the cheaper pieces. One of the ways you can tell quality is just look at the quality of the painting and how precise some of that. Come on, focus. I have to look through it to see. Okay, if it's focusing, there we go. But you can see just they painted within the lines. And oh, come on, camera. Come on, camera. Work with me here. Work with me here. Come on. There we go. That's better. Just look at how it was painted. Yeah, painting inside the lines versus painting outside the lines. And a lot of the Asian pottery, the painting will be very sloppy. They were doing it in factories and just mass producing. And some of the older pieces that you want to look for, it's more quality. They were more sitting there and spending a little more time on it. So I would probably put this on auction starting at $19.99. I do that with a lot of things. I don't look every single thing up. I know what I paid for it, what I need to get out of it, a price that I would be happy if it sold for that quickly, and then I let it go. And if it is valuable, hopefully I got a couple people fighting over it. Okay, is it Moriagi or Moriagi? Oh, Moriagi. Okay, got it. I'm doing it in a French accent. Moriage. Moriagi. Okay, I'll call it Moriagi. I can go with that. It's a cool word. I like it. I like the word. That's a good point. That's a good point, Pam. As a buyer, I don't want to receive a styrofoam egg carton. I can recycle a cardboard one. Yeah, you got to be careful on the perception. that your buyer sees, and if you want them to come back and buy again. Like it's your branding. Like my pink packing peanuts, they're part of my brand. And I know some people hate packing peanuts. Believe me, I get the comments on my shipping videos. Believe me. The thing is, those packing peanuts get my stuff to the customer, that's the goal. I am going to use them because they are effective, and I am in this to get the very, very breakable items to my customers. Yep. So, I mean, if you have a brand that's all about recycling materials and your customers are good with that, it's all about who your customers are. I am tending to go for higher end customers, and they expect certain things. Versus like, oh my gosh, the Amazon, throw it in a box with a air pillow, like get it to you kind of shipping. That just boggles my brain. Just boggles my brain. You can't pack with real peanuts, use foam. Well, of course. Yes, it's all about getting it there safe. Exactly, Tiger Purple. It is all about getting it there safe. I've been doing this for 22 plus years now. And I think I can count on one hand the amount of items that have broken in shipping. And sometimes I even know it. I even know it before it goes out the door, or I knew it. That's why if you watch my shipping videos, you'll see me go, yeah, nope, not going to do it. Yep. You shipped out 45 records and used pizza boxes. On the top, it said hot, fresh pizza. So I crossed out the pizza and wrote music above it in red Sharpie. And you know what? I bet your customers are perfectly fine with that. The record buying collector customers, they're the crowd that's going to go, hey, pizza. Yeah, let's go. Yep. You can buy the pizza boxes from the same place the pizza places buy them from at a wholesale cost with no writing on them. Think about that. If you do a lot of records and you use a lot of pizza boxes, consider going to the source and getting them with no writing on them, because it's the box, that works. Yeah. Somebody did recommend adding a little slip that asks the customer to recycle the peanuts. And I think that's a fantastic idea. I actually am going to do that. I'm going to print up just little slips of paper that when I use peanuts, I'm going to put them at the top of the box. And I'm going to say, hey, if you would save these up or give them to a reseller or recycle them in some way. I don't know what the wording is yet. That's why I haven't done it. I got to figure out the right wording. Oh, gosh, yes. In the beginning, eBay sellers used anything. It was a whole new game. Nobody shipped anything through the mail. It was like it was a free-for-all. You didn't even need pictures in the beginning. Literally, you could just say what you had for sale, and it was only bidding back then. There was no buy it now. It was all auction format, and people would just, it was crazy. It was crazy. They were the good old days, but there was lots of bad stuff about it too. Lots of bad stuff about it too. Yeah, list your unwanted peanuts on Craigslist for sure. Yep, absolutely. They'll come back to you. It'll come back. If you give them away, it'll come back to you. I am wrapping up, but I am still alive. I know. I've got to go get some lunch. My tummy is gurgling. Glad my microphone is not picking that up. You guys, I just want to say, some of you have stayed here like the full 2+ hours, and I am so humbled by that. It is really, really incredible. I mean, my YouTube channel is growing by leaps and bounds. And I was just laughing with my daughter this morning. I was like, yeah, my overnight success only took 22 years. And it goes back to what I said at the very beginning about sticking with something. And like, if it is what you want, if you have a goal, and there's going to be things that are going to knock you around, from year to year, month to month, week to week, day to day, minute to minute. And the true meaning of success is getting past those things and keeping your eye on the ball and getting where you want to go. And I took years off from growing my channel. I literally just let it go because life knocked me around for a little while, and been able to pick it up. And I've been so blessed that all of you want to watch and hear what I have to say. And it's truly incredible. And my wish and my goal is that what I share with you will just help you make your business everything you want it to be. I mean, truly, I have just been blessed with a life of learning about this stuff. And I'm so happy that I have a format to share what I know with you, so you can go out and find this stuff and have fun. I will tell you what my goal is starting next year after we get all the cousin Rona craziness over with. My goal for next year, I'm predicting we're going to be over with this, is to start traveling, because one of the most made comments I get is that there's nothing good around me. There's nothing in my Goodwills. There's nothing in my thrift stores. And I want to travel to these places and start going out and helping you guys find the stuff. So I'm figuring out how to make that happen. But I'm hoping by next year, that's what I'm going to be doing. So I will be traveling all over, and I don't want to buy the stuff and bring it home. I want to go out and take some of you shopping with me and help you get stuff for your business. Yep. I am Danny Ack. Danny Ack. I'm the lady with all the animal stuff on TikTok. Yep. That's my goal. Okay, I'm not coming to North Dakota in the winter, though. Can't get me there in the winter. I'll go in the summer. Orlando. I love Orlando. Okay, you got it, Patty. Orlando's on the list. I have thrifted in Orlando before. Ooh, you found a Pigeon Forge picture. Yay. You guys are awesome. Texas Panhandle. Okay. I'm not very good with geography as far as I know where Texas is. I've been to Dallas, I've been to Houston, I've been to San Antonio. What is considered the Panhandle? What is the Panhandle? Help me. I've been to Canada, but you know where I've never been and I want to go? I don't know what part of Canada you're in. I want to go to British Columbia. I haven't been to British Columbia. I want to go to British Columbia. I have to get a passport. That's on my list too this year. I've got to get a passport. I'm telling you, 2020, it started out so good. It started out like I thought so much was going to get accomplished this year. And then it came to the screeching halt. But yeah, because I have to get my real ID. So I'm going to get my passport to do that. Far north corner, what looks like a handle. Oh, give me a city. Amarillo. I've driven through Amarillo. I got there by morning too. Okay, that's a really bad old country music reference. Got there up from San Antone. Austin. I like Austin. I used to spend a lot of time out in that area because I had a friend with a horse farm out there. She moved though. So yeah, Tennessee. Oh, you got it. You guys, it sounds like fun to me. I want to travel around and see what's out there too. So, okay. we have gone on way too long today. So thank you again, everyone who hung out with me. I will put the jewelry sale together and announce that, and we will be back here next Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time as usual. And until then, go be profitable and make it fun. And we will see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.